What's going on, everybody? Good evening, good evening. Hope everything's going well with all you folks. We feel in the mood to get on some IG and give you some live chat tonight, so we're going to do so. And as you join the chat room, I'll give a shout out to anyone that joins on in. You know, Chat of the Night is a crossover of subjects, namely Atlanta Housewives and Beverly Hills Housewives. And we're looking at an intersection. Why are we looking at an intersection? Y'all know where I'm going with this. The feud we've been hearing this week between Lisa Vanderpump, Beverly Hills Housewives, and Miss NeNe Leakes from Atlanta Housewives regarding this building. If you're from Los Angeles, you might recall this building and this intersection. We're looking at the intersection of Robertson and Santa Monica Boulevard, and a building that was originally, the tenant was called Java Detour, a mixture of coffee and tea. A very unsuccessful business. And this week, NeNe Leakes created her usual upheaval when she said that she used to come through this area while she was filming The New Normal and thought, hey, this building's always sort of vacant. Maybe I should open a business there and buy the property. She said that she told Lisa Vanderpump this, and Lisa Vanderpump poo-pooed it and said, hey, no, that's just a bad idea, NeNe. Don't do it. Don't do it. And that Vanderpump went under her guise and basically whipped up the property and bought it. That's the claim that NeNe made. Well, that's what we're talking about tonight, because there's so much wrongness in that story. Boy, I mean, Mama Joyce is going to pick up her shoe, because there's just a hot mess of wrongness in there. We're talking tonight about the mess between NeNe and Lisa Vanderpump over this intersection. It's an intersection in West Hollywood between Robertson and Santa Monica Boulevard that now houses Pump, featured on Beverly Hills Housewives. And NeNe had claimed that Lisa Vanderpump snatched it from underneath her and bought the property when NeNe said she wanted to buy the property and open a bar. So what's wrong with this claim? A whole lot is wrong. First, let's back up. This is a building, one of several, that's owned by someone and is still owned by someone that is not Lisa Vanderpump. Lisa Vanderpump didn't buy this property. It wasn't for sale. It wasn't for sale then. It is not for sale now. It's owned by Barry Jacobson, and he owns several properties in the area. In fact, if you do a little quick search, you know, there's an article back here several years ago that talked about Barry Jacobson applying for a permit with the Planning Commission to demo a building on a property he owned at the corner of Robertson and Santa Monica Boulevard. It's not owned by anyone but him at the time, and it's still owned by him. In fact, what makes this story so incredulous is that, does NeNe think that people do not watch $1 Million Listing? Well, apparently she does, because as the story mentioned, and we didn't forget it ourselves, this property was featured on $1 Million Listing, available for rent for $20,000 a month. If you remember, it was not that long ago, Josh Flagg had this listing. It was a property for rent, and he was showing it to some people, and it was for rent for $20,000. Now, if Miss NeNe Leakes wanted the property, she could have gone and rented it like anyone else, but she did not. And so for her to claim that Ms. Vanderpump bought it is just a hot mess wrong. In fact, Vanderpump didn't buy it, but just rented it for what was featured on that episode and featured in the listings in Los Angeles for many years at about $20,000 a month. With that lease, Vanderpump applied for permits to basically convert this structure, convert this exterior space, build up, and put in Pump. Here is it from the other angle, facing to the east. So for NeNe to claim that Vanderpump snatched something that NeNe, quote, discovered, not true, NeNe. Y'all didn't discover anything, Miss Leaks. The property was very well known as on the market. It couldn't rent. No one wanted to rent it. It was a lot of money. And Miss Vanderpump took the lease. She didn't buy it. And Miss Leaks, she wanted to rent something else. You know what else is a hot, tacky mess? She could have rented over here another property that eventually became Tom Tom. So there you go. If you want to come to LA, Miss Leaks, and create a storyline of hot mess with Miss Vanderpump, you better have your receipts together.